friends, welcome back to my channel and into my home. So we're going to be kicking today off by tidying my kitchen back up. On the day that I'm filming this, I've been up since 3:30 a.m. so that I could get my husband to the hospital for a surgery that he was having. It was a pretty long morning and I was happy to get home and get this house tidied back up. Now, I have a busy week with wedding appointments to be at and 2 grandkids' birthday parties and a get-together that my husband's going to be having with his side of the family. So I'm going to need to plan a barbecue for 14 family members, including grandkids. Little did I know at this point in the day that my husband would run into a post-surgical complication that would require a second visit to the hospital, but this time it was going to be a visit to a very busy ER.
Saw you from across the room. When our eyes met, I never knew that I could feel this way, and it's kinda strange. Don't even know your name. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you.
Okay, so my dishwasher's full, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to soak these dishes here, and I'm going to come back and I'm going to hand wash them. And then I want to get the grates off of my stove because they've got some oil on them, so I'm going to go ahead and soak those for a little bit and give them a good scrub down. I'm showing you that I'm at the bottom of this Mrs. Meyer's bottle. So I've been trying to use up all of my cleaners before I open another one. So this is the last of this Mrs. Meyer's, and I don't think I have another one under there, so I need to decide which scent I want to go with next. Do you have a favorite scent of Mrs. Meyer's spray?
Just wanna get to know you. I think I've waited all these years for you right here. But how will I ever know if you go? 'Cause I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to get to know you. Just wanna get to know you. I don't know you, but I want to.
I like to condition the stainless steel with this Weinmann stainless steel cloths. So I'm going to go ahead and wipe everything down. I do end up going back a second time because it just felt like or looked like it needed a little bit more conditioning. So you will see me here in just a little bit go back over it with another cloth.
Strangers again. When you stepped into my life, such a magic feeling when you tore down my walls. I wish I could go back to right before you told me I'd try to change it all. But look at us now, could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now, this is who we are. And I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again, again, again. Strangers again, again, again. We're like strangers again, again, again. I just know things will never be the same. We're like strangers again. much harder. Now all we have are scars. You said we'd get so high, higher up than heaven. You said we'd reach the stars. But look at us now, we could have gone so far. It hurts to realize we're parted. Yeah, look at us now.
I'm going to be making a dinner recipe with you here in just a little bit, but even that didn't go as planned. I don't know what's going on with this day, but nothing went as planned this whole day. This video ends up taking me a couple of days to make. The second day we'll be doing it's not really a craft, but a little project that I'm doing for my daughter's wedding. So we'll be doing that here on the second day.
Strangers again. Strangers again. Now that we parted, I better get started. It's time to get my head up again. You said that you had to. I'll try to forget you. Just didn't think we'd end up this way, like strangers again. Strangers again. Like strangers again. Oh, I know things will never be the same. Like strangers again. Like strangers again. Like strangers again.
Okay, so before I get started, I'm going to go ahead and put a towel at the bottom of the sink. I don't want those cast iron grates to mar up the bottom of my sink. So the way that I do this is I put as hot of water in the sink as I can, and then I put about 3 of these pods of dishwasher soap right into the sink water. I let those dissolve, and I allow everything to sit for a while, maybe an hour, depending on how dirty it is. I do these quite often so that they don't get a lot of grime built up on them. So I'll leave mine for probably about 45 minutes before I go back in there and scrub it. But as you can see, I'm using as hot of water as I possibly can.
Feel like I was falling through the air. No one but myself to hold my hand. Standing in the shadows of what we have been. Sleeping with your back facing me. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make. And I can feel the tension every time we're close.
Okay, so I'm about to show you why I don't like these fake microfiber cloths. These things are so annoying. So I'm wiping everything down, but as you can see, it's leaving a sudsy film on my counters. So I'm constantly having to rinse out this. It's supposed to be a microfiber cloth. It's just trash, if you ask me. But anyways, so I'm going to keep rinsing it out. That's why you see me rinsing and rinsing. But I need to get these replaced as soon as possible.
Two places all at once. Was that what we said would come undone? Feels like our minds have been turned off. Haven't seen each other for so long. I know this isn't us. Baby, pull me closer, let's fall in love. Oh, I can feel my body move to every move you make. And I can feel the tension every time we're close. I know whatever happens, I will have you next to me. 'Cause tonight we have it all. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one.
Okay, so here's where I'm going back over the stovetop with the Wyman's stainless steel cloth. Once I do this, I'm also going to do the front of the dishwasher. I also went over and I did the front of my oven and my microwave. But for some reason, the footage didn't make it. So you won't be seeing that, but I did do those too.
Moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. You and me are moving, make sure we get through this. Let's just keep on dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one. 'Cause we're dancing as one.
Okay, so I'm going to use the Sprayway glass cleaner to wipe down the front of my white refrigerator.
I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking? And I can't help but smile. Do you know how much I love you? You put my favorite song on.
Hey friends, I've mentioned this before that on occasion YouTube becomes super finicky and they don't push certain videos. Last week's video was one of those. I guess they just don't appreciate the efforts of a grandma wanting to support her school-age grandkids. Although in my opinion, there's a lot of great ideas in that video. If you haven't seen that video yet, I'm going to go ahead and link it at the end of this video. Would you please head over and watch it next? It's so disheartening when you work so hard on a video and the beings at YouTube metaphorically stamp it with failed. The algorithm oftentimes pigeonholes us creators to only post what they think that we should post, and it's very annoying. So I would be so appreciative if you would please go over there and watch it for me.
As you sleep, you don't know I'm looking. With you everything's complete. Do you know how much I love you? I put your favorite song on just to wake you up. When I dance around, I can't help but feeling I'm just loving this moment. Can we stay here forever? I'm loving.
Alright, so it's about this time that we realize that we're going to have to go ahead and take my husband back to the hospital and have a visit with the ER. He had a little situation come up and we just needed to be sure that everything was going to be okay. So they wanted us to come into the ER and have it looked at. So right after this, we run to the hospital. We're there for a few hours. Then I'm going to come back and make dinner. Alright, so here's the dinner. So I've already started it and I thought, well, I'm just going to go ahead and record since I have the camera out anyways. This is the dinner that I'm going to make. I will link this dinner down in the description box, but I'm going to tell you that I ended up hating this dinner. I took one bite and the rest of mine went in the trash. It wasn't a problem with the recipe. The problem is that I didn't realize that I don't like goat cheese. I figured that I would like it because I have two granddaughters that love to eat it. My daughter Madeline likes to put it on her pizza. I know my son and his wife, they like goat cheese. So I didn't figure it would be an issue, but apparently I do not like goat cheese. So like I said, I took one or two bites and the rest of mine went into the trash. But if you like goat cheese, I would highly recommend this dish. It was easy to make. I really love asparagus and I'm a big pasta fan. So I really like that part of it. It's just the sauce that went over everything was not my cup of tea.
Do you know I'm looking? I want to be there and baby dance the night away. I let my head down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time? Doesn't sound like fun. You can do better, Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can't do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. I want to be silly, baby, dance the night away. I'll kick my shoes off if I want. Let yourself be free and maybe you will find that there is more to life than being pretty. Honey, let's just face it. You can do better. Let me show you what a good time looks like. You can do better, so much better. I don't fit into your box. Beauty queens without no flaws.
Thankfully, I didn't pour all the asparagus in it because what was left in that pan is what I actually ate for dinner that night.
No flaws. You can do better. I dare you to be wilder. You can. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off. You don't have to hide it. Baby, let your head down. Be a little wilder. Baby, kick your shoes off.
Alright, so on the top you sprinkle some pine nuts, some chives, and a slice of lemon. I'm going to go ahead and serve it up. My husband ended up liking it, but said I didn't need to make it again because I don't like it. So, I'll show you what it looks like here. It's a very pretty dish, but yeah, not a goat cheese fan. Alright, so now we're going to go on to the next day, and I'm going to show you what I am putting together for my daughter's wedding. So, I have been on the hunt of trying to find the best candles to use for my daughter's wedding, and this has been a challenge. Now, this is what I ended up coming up with. These things are gorgeous. They're little glass containers. It's a very delicate, thin glass. And you just put some lamp oil in it, and you light it. Now, the venue that we're at, they're very picky about the type of candles that you use. They don't want you to use a regular candle because it releases the black soot. And the venue is a gorgeous building with a lot of chandeliers and things like that. So they don't want any of that ruined. So I had a hard time trying to find something that we can use on the tables. My daughter wants tall glass cylinders, and we wanted to have a floating candle. But like I said, we could not use a regular candle because of soot. So over the last few weeks, I've been looking for different options. And I'm going to be sharing with you the different options that I did come up with and why we're not using them. But let me show you how I make these candles really quick, and then I'll show you those videos. So what you see me doing here is I'm just unpackaging each of them. It has a piece of tape that's covering the top of it, so I'm taking that tape off. And this right here is what the vessel looks like. You can see that it has a little cloth cord that goes down through that glass cylinder, reaches to the bottom. Well, what I do is I put these little beads in there. These are little tiny glass beads. They use them in like therapy balls and stuff like that. I needed something that was clear but somewhat heavy. These little glass containers I found kind of tip once you put the lamp oil in it. So I came up with an idea of putting a little bit of these little glass beads in here so that way it holds it steady. So that's what you see me doing here. Once I do that, I will fill each glass container with some of the lamp oil.
Lights flash in the dark. I know you're coming back, aiming at my heart. And these things never come from me easily, no. But now I think I'm ready. I think I'm ready, ready. Emotions repeating, though it's been so long. I know what you're thinking, I know. I wanna spend all our time now, for better or worse.
Alright, so this is the lamp oil that I'll be using. And then I went ahead and I just got a bottle from my hair supply. And I just thought this would be easier to just stick into the hole and spray the liquid in there. Now I end up filling these up a little bit more. I tested it to see how long a candle would last in it, if it was on low like this or on higher. So I end up adding more liquid into it, so that way the candle lasts about 6 to 8 hours.
Just close your eyes and we'll be shooting stars. And you know I can't wait for forever no more. Now tell me, are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? Emotions repeating, though it's been so long. I know what you're thinking, I know. I wanna spend all our time now, for better or worse. I know the past is gone, and now you're all I want. 'Cause I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up for you. I would give it all up, give it all up, give it all up.
Okay, so here's some of the options. This option right here I was super excited about. This is a silicone floating candle. It feels just like a silicone. It's real squishy. Anyways, this is a perfect option. I like that when it floats in the water you don't really see it. However, apparently it still has soot. So this was a no-go for us, and I had to come up with a plan B. Okay, so this right here was the next option. What I did was I stuck some oil in the top of the water. Now, I didn't want to use olive oil because obviously olive oil is kind of the greenish yellow color, and I really wanted to try to keep this clear. So I used some fractionated coconut oil, and that's what you see floating on the top of the water. Now, it's clear, but you still see the oil, and we didn't like the looks of that. So then you get these little discs, and you put a, I don't know, it looks like a little wood stick kind of into it. You'll see me doing it here. Anyways, you stick that in there, and then you stick it in the top of the oil, and it floats around. And it's supposed to last a while. These could have possibly worked. The only issue is that the oil got hot. So that means the glass got hot. And if a child were to reach for that glass, you know, that would not be good. So, and I didn't want the glass to break. So I needed to discard this one and come up with the next one, which ended up being those glass cylinders. To me, it's the perfect of all perfect. They are beautiful. We're going to be able to resell those once the wedding is over. These are the types of things that brides are looking for now, because venues don't want to have traditional candles in there because of the soot issue. So that's why I came up with these. Now let me show you what I'm doing here. As you can see, I put the glass candles into these mini muffin tins. That way I can transport them to the venue. But in order to do that, I want to be sure to tightly wrap them into this so that I can get them there. The venue's probably about an hour away from here, so I'll be traveling with these, so I want to be sure that everything is nice and secure. So I'm just going to continue wrapping around it with saran wrap until they are nice and tight and I can transport them. Now I've made about 25 here, but I need to make another 25, so we'll have about 50 of them. We're going to have 3 tall cylinders of varying heights on each table, on each round table. And then we'll also have a very tall cylinder with flowers at the top. I'll be making those bouquet flowers for the tops of those cylinders. So wish me luck with that, because I am not a florist. But I will be making those for my daughter. Anyways, okay, so that's what you see me doing here. If you would like to see more footage of the things that I'm doing to prepare for the wedding, could you give me a big thumbs up and let me know? I want to thank you for spending some time with me today, and I'll see you again in next Sunday's video. Until then, stay blessed, my friends.
Forever, forever. I watch you as you drive. Do you know I'm looking?